What we want to do is make this the biggest Founders Day celebration Cimarron City ever had.
Yeah. And you know, we ought to decorate all the storefronts with red, white, and blue bunting.
I'll be glad to give you a hand hanging that button.
Me and the little fella here will be glad to pitch in, too, won't we, little fella?
Yep, we can drive the wagons in the parade. Maybe we can help decorate them up, too. You know, we can cut holes in them straw hats so they fit down on the horses' heads.
Yeah, you stick the ears up through the holes in them hats. I seen it in the parade down in Tulsa one time, and it sure is funny.
Here, you see? I told you to find your husband in here, and there he is, standing right next to Matt Rockford.
Now, what we're planning is a mighty big job.
Yeah, and those women don't need to think they're going to get out of helping either.
Oh, no, Leighton. We tried that last year, and before we were half through, they were running a whole shooting match and telling us men what to do.
Well,
I tell you, if we're smart, we won't let them know what we're planning until we're all through, so they can't get their fingers in it.
well, Mr. Silas Perry, we'll just see about that. Keep the women out of it, huh? That might not be quite as easy as you think.
Men, let's drink to that. A Founders Day celebration without any interference from the women.
Yeah.
To myself, the women play just as important a part in the founding of Cimarron City as the men did, and there's no reason in the world why we shouldn't play just as important a part in the Founders Day ceremonies as the men. After all, a lot of us were here on that very day 25 years ago. Now, isn't that right? That's right. So, last Sunday at church, I talked to Beth Purcell about it, and she came up with a wonderful idea, and she's going to tell you all about it.
Thank you, Al. When I was in high school, which wasn't quite as many years ago as some of you ladies might like to think, we did a graduation play. I still have that play. I thought we might put it on at the town hall on the night of the Founders Day pageant. That would be fun. With our citizens right here in Cimarron playing the various parts. Oh. It's a ghost story called The Christmas Carol.
Oh, but Beth, this is July. Wouldn't it seem kind of funny to be having a Christmas play in July on Founders Day?
I thought of that, Ida, but there isn't time to get another one. Besides, I didn't think you ladies would object if your husbands were instilled with a little of the Christmas spirit ahead of time.
The poor unsuspecting men will probably think it's foul play. Oh, but I'm all for it.
Well, with only 2 weeks left, we've got to pick people we know we can rely on to play the parts. So I have made a list.
Oh, if there are any parts for a little boy, my son Avery can play it.
Avery?
Well, there is a part for a little boy, but I thought it would be better if we held tryouts, readings, for the best part. Your son is as welcome as any Ida to try out. Now, for the adult parts, I have some very definite ideas.
I've been heading back to Cimarron on the run. Heading back to Cimarron on the run. Couldn't stay in old Elk River, they'd have shot me through the liver. So I went out for Cimarron on the run. I'm the Robin Hood of the hen house, yes I am. Robin Hood of the hen house, yes I am. From a rich man I stole chicken for money to raise the Dickens. For a mighty poor man whose name is Fruick Ham. That's me! Frank? How about a little drink, Frank?
Well, now, that depends. Looks to me like you might have spent all your money in the Elk River saloon.
No, couldn't be. You know, I think you're right, Frank. About the only thing I brought back from Elk River is this load I'm carrying.
You won't have time for another one anyway, Prue. Gotta take you in.
Mr. Temple, I didn't steal those chickens on us.
Whose chickens?
Tom Shaw's.
When?
Tonight.
Thank you. I got a telegram from Marshal Hennessy in Elk River. Wants me to pick you up and hold you for him. I've been waiting a half hour for you. Where you been?
Ain't that a fine howdy-do? The telegraph wires don't give a man a chance to get home, pack a few things for a getaway. I don't think it's fair. Huh? Last time you had to chase me all the way to Tulsa.
You know what to do with these.
I'm the Robin Hood of the hen house, yes I am. Robin Hood of the hen house, yes I am. From a rich man I stole chickens for money to raise the Dickens. For a mighty poor man whose name is Prue Wickham. Well, let me see. Oh, yeah. What do you think of that, Doty?
Well, that was pretty good, Mr. Wickham, except for one thing.
Yeah?
You took all my checkers with the king, and you didn't have no king.
Well, Doty, you accusing me of cheating?
Well, I reckon that's as good a word for it as any.
You can't prove it, can you?
Well, no, I guess I can't prove it.
All part of the game, Doty. Just part of the game.
All right, come on up, boys. Is sure Prue Wickham's the man you want, Marshal?
Well, Tom Shaw, the fellow he stole the chickens from, he saw him do it. He knows him personal. All right, hold out your hands.
Oh, it ain't me, Mr. Marshal. I was just playing checkers with him.
Oh, you then. Hold him out.
You mean to tell me Tom Shaw is sure enough going to press charges on me? I thought he was my friend.
You usually steal chickens from your friends?
Most every time. Usually safer that way, if you get caught.
Come on. Is there anybody in Elk River you want picked up in hell, they'll be glad to return the favor. And thanks for the coffee.
Don't mention it, Marshal.
I ought to make you walk all the way to Elk River, but I haven't got the time, so I brought an extra horse.
Well, mighty considerate of you, Marshal.
I wish you'd take to horse stealing. It'd be more worth my while.
Oh, no, a fella can get himself hung for that.
That's just the idea. Then I wouldn't have to go traipsing all over the country looking for nothing but a chicken thief.
Well, don't blame me. I didn't know old Tom would catch me at it.
Oh, go ahead. Get up on that horse.
Prue Wickham.
Oh, hello, Audrey. Sorry I didn't get home last night.
I thought I'd find you here. What have you gone and done this time?
Hardly anything at all.
Are you his wife?
I'm ashamed to say I am.
Chicken stealing.
Not again.
Oh, now, Audrey, don't go getting yourself all worked up over nothing.
Nothing.
I just took those chickens for the celebration. Well, I'll be back for Thanksgiving Day, won't I, Marshal? Christmas?
You'll be there till St. Patrick's Day, or my name ain't Hennessy.
Avery!
Hey, wait up!
Right on, quit! Stop
Wait a
it!
minute! Turn me loose! Get this kid off of
Prue,
me!
make him let go of the Marshal.
What can I do? I'm handcuffed.
He's your son. Tell him to let go.
Well, he's your son, too, Audrey, and you're closer to him.
Oh, Prue Wickham, this is your fault. Your own son acting that way. Every bad thing he knows he's learned from you.
Oh, now, Audrey.
You don't give one thought to being a father. You don't know the first thing about taking care of your family. You never try to hold a job. You cheat at cards. You steal. What kind of an example is that to set for a growing boy? No! Now you tell him to stop what he's doing and let go of that Marshal.
All right. Let him go, boy.
You say so, Pa. But you could have got away.
Yeah, you little...
Maybe you can break out, Pa!
Oh, Avery, what a thing to say.
Well, maybe he can. Pa's pretty smart.
Avery, I don't want to talk down about your own father, but you've just got to understand that, well, just being your father doesn't make what he does or what he is right. You've got your own life to live. And if you don't quit copying him and the things he does, you're going to wind up a no account, just like he is. And what you don't amount to something. I want the people in Cimarron City to look up to you someday. And me too, because I'm your ma.
Let's go home, Ma. People are getting nosy.
Little wonder the boy's the way he is with a jailbird father. And she wanted him to be in a play about Christmas. Huh?
The shame of the trial it is to hold my head up in this town when your father does such things. How am I ever going to face those people in town hall tonight?
Why do you want to try?
Well, I have to, Avery. I have to go and live in this town. We both do. Alice Purdy will be sorry for what she said when you beat her little boys out of that part in the play tonight, though.
Oh, Ma, I don't want to beat any old play.
Oh, Avery, you're going to try out for that part, and you're going to win it. You are not going to be like your father. You're going to make me proud of you if it kills you.
Oh, now, Ma, don't go getting yourself all worked up over nothing.
Oh, Avery. Oh, come on.
In here, quick! Doty, lock us up. Hurry up, Doty.
What the devil is this all about?
Never mind, just lock us in here, throw away the key, and forget you ever saw us. Hey, make move, Doty.
You heard what the mayor said, Doty. Lock him up.
I'll find them if it takes me all day.
Looking for someone, Beth?
I most certainly am, and I'm sure they ran in here.
Who?
Tony Bunninger, Matt Rockford, and Jesse Williams. They go out the back door?
No. No one's been out the back door, Beth.
But you did see them.
Who?
Lane Temple, if you're covering up for that.
I'll tell you the truth, Beth. Outside of Marshall Hennessy from Elk River coming to pick up Prue Wickham, and those bums in there, of course, there hasn't been anybody in or out all day.
Is he telling me the truth, Doty?
I reckon he's about as close to the truth as he can get, Miss Beth.
Well, anyway, you two didn't try to run away from me. I wanted to see you anyway.
Us, about what?
About the Founders' Day play. Here are your parts.
Parts? Oh, no, Beth, we won't have time for any play acting now.
Oh, yes, you will, Lane. You're only stuck here when Art Sampson's out of town, and I happen to know he'll be back tomorrow. Play practices tonight and every night until Founders' Day. Now, you and Doty don't be later than 7:30 tonight.
Doty and I, we can't act. We don't...
I was counting on you, Lane. There's so much to do, and it's all on my shoulders. I don't know what I'd do without my friends.
My special friends.
All right, Beth. We'll be there.
You like the part, too?
The poor bookkeeper, Bob Cratchit. Huh?
The ghost of Christmas past. Me, a ghost?
Yes, isn't it exciting?
Oh, Beth, is this why you were after Matt and the boys?
Yes, they're playing parts, too.
Oh, they're playing parts, too. That's why they're running away from you.
But they can't stay in hiding forever.
I'll say they can't. Well, what I mean is, if they only knew what you wanted to see them about, Beth, I know they'd be more than happy to help you out.
Where are you taking me?
You'll see. Come on, Beth. It's all right. Yes, sir. If I'm going to get stuck in this play of yours, so are they. Oh, Matt, boys, you've got a visitor. Hi, Beth.
Howdy, Miss Beth.
Looking for somebody, Miss Beth? Ghost of Christmas is to come.
Ghost of Christmas present.
Ebenezer Scrooge. Well, thanks a lot, friend.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Scrooge.
Yeah, bon, a humbug to you.
Thank you, Father, for carrying me home on your back. I am sorry that I cannot walk as fast as you with my crutch. Do you know what I was thinking while we sat in church today? I was hoping the people would see me and sing that I am a cripple. It would be pleasant for them
Avery,
to...
whatever made you do a thing like that?
I was getting even with him. He's the one that arrested Pa.
Christmas Day, the one who made lame beggars walk and blind men see. Merry Christmas, Father. Merry Christmas, Mother. And God bless us, everyone.
Avery Wickham.
I don't want to. Avery, we went all through this before. Now go on. Go on.
You probably can't even read.
It's a part of Tiny Tim. Read this speech.
Nothing to it. Thank you, Father, for carrying me home on your back. I am sorry that I cannot walk as fast as you with my crutch. Do you know what I was thinking while we sat in church today? Ain't that enough, Ma? Do I have to read any more of this sissy stuff?
Oh, Avery.
Avery, Tiny Tim was a courageous little boy with nothing but love in his heart. Instead of pitying himself because he was lame, he only hoped that his misfortune would act as a guide to other people and remind them of the one who taught peace and goodwill toward men. This isn't sissy stuff, Avery. It's the spirit of Christmas.
Next thing you'll be telling me there's a Santa Claus. Besides, it ain't near time for Christmas yet.
And now I will make my selection for Tiny Tim. For the boy that gave the best reading but the most feeling, I've chosen David Purdy. I want to thank you mothers and children for coming, and I would like to say now that I'm going to give a prize after the play for the person that gives the best all-round performance. And I'm going to be asking some of you mothers to act as judges. To you who have parts, I would like you to stay for our first rehearsal. And to the others, thank you and good night.
Come on, Avery. I'm going home.
Ida. I'm sorry Avery didn't get the part. Avery, would you wait for your mother at the front door, please? Avery reads very well, Ida. It was just his attitude that made it impossible for me to consider him for a sympathetic role like Tiny Tim.
Oh, Beth, I was so hoping he'd behave himself. But he gets more like his father every day. I thought if he could have done the part, it'd do him so much good. Taking part in a community function might have made him see things differently and realize what fun it could be. And maybe he could learn to cooperate with other people instead of always going against them like Prue does. Beth, I'm just at the end of my rope. I've tried so hard and it's just no use, I guess. I just don't know where to turn for help now.
Ida, maybe we can help. I think it would be good for Avery if he were with men like Matt Rockford and Lane Temple.
Well, you mean he can have the part after all?
Well, I could hardly do that, Ida, but he might act as understudy.
What's that?
Well, he would learn all the lines and everything, and then if something did happen to David, why, he'd be here to take his place.
I see.
He could work backstage and help build the sets. Although he wouldn't appear on the stage, he would feel a part of things.
Oh, Beth, I'm so grateful.
Why don't you go and tell him, Ida? What have I done? Alice, you'll take care of my star performer, won't you?
Hardly ever had a sick day in his life outside of chickenpox, measles, croup, and the mumps, and he had laryngitis once and couldn't talk for a month. Oh, I see what you mean about taking care of him. Wouldn't it be funny if he lost his voice now and couldn't do the play?
You scream. Keep him out of drafts for the next 2 weeks, Alice.
Oh, Beth. I thought you were a friend of mine. A special friend.
I am. Why?
Oh, not anymore. Not if you're going to inflict that little Wickham monster on me. You know, it's just as illegal for a deputy sheriff to commit murder as anybody else.
I know he's a little hostile sometimes, Lane, but I'm depending on you and Matt to help him.
Not me.
Why, Lane, you're not afraid of him. What can a little 8-year-old boy do to you, a grown-up man?
Oh, let me tell you.
Beth, I had a talk with Avery, and he said he'd be tickled to death to help out on the show.
Oh, I'm so pleased.
He feels it would be an uncommonly fine opportunity. He's had a change of attitude. I'm so proud of him.
Excuse me, Matt. I use this as Scrooge's desk, right here. And this chair will be Bob Cratchit's desk here. Now, we'll need a stove and a coal bucket. Avery.
Yes, ma'am?
Would you get me a wastebasket for a stove and a flower pot for a coal bucket, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Matt, would you sit here, Scrooge? Matt? And Bob Cratchit will be coming through this door. That's the front door. Take your gun belt off, please, Lane. Oh, please, this is serious.
Sorry, Beth.
Now, it's the morning of the day before Christmas, and Bob Cratchit comes in and greets his employer, who is a bad-dispositioned, miserly old skinflint.
To the arm, Miss Purcell. Will these do?
Oh, thank you, Avery. They're going to be a great help to me.
Yes, ma'am.
The stove here. The coal bucket there. Oh, Avery, would you get me a ruler, please? Scrooge swats Bob when he tries to take a piece of coal from the bucket and put it into the stove.
I saw a yardstick in the corner of the closet. Will that do?
Yes, that'll be fine. All right, let's start our rehearsal.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Scrooge. Bah humbug. Christmas a humbug, Mr. Scrooge? You don't mean that, I'm sure.
I do.
That's wonderful,
Merry
boys,
Christmas.
but just a minute. You don't have enough character into it. You must remember that these men have been working over desks for years, and so they're a little stooped. Oh, like that. That's it. And Matt, try to make your voice sound a little old and crotchety like that. And you've been browbeaten for years by Scrooge. Make your voice sound as though you're a little afraid.
What's Christmas time to you but a time for paying bills without money? A time for finding yourself a year older, but not an hour richer. Every numbskull who goes about with Merry Christmas on their lips.
Here's your ruler, Mr. Rockford.
Thank you, Avery.
Yes, sir.
From the beginning.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Scrooge.
Bah humbug.
Christmas a humbug, Mr. Scrooge? You don't mean that, I'm sure.
I do. Merry Christmas indeed. What right have you to be merry? You're poor enough. What? Oh, Beth, I couldn't possibly do this.
You're doing beautifully, Matt.
Oh, Beth. What's Christmas time to you but a time for paying bills without money? A time for finding yourself a year older, but not an hour richer. Every numbskull who goes about with Merry Christmas on his lips should be buried with his own pudding. I mean, boiled with his own pudding, and buried with a stick of holly through his heart. He should. He should. He should. Keep Christmas in your own way, and let me keep it in mind.
It is a good performance, isn't it, Avery?
No, I just think old man Scrooge has the right idea.
Keep your hands off that coal. Coal costs money. There's a pin in here.
How did that get there?
I wonder.
We had all promised Beth to help Ida with her problem child. And Beth, of course, she held us to that promise, believing that we should set a good example for Avery and that this would be more effective than accusing him. Actually, the boy behaved pretty well most of the time, but every once in a while something would happen that could only have been Avery's work. In spite of Avery's suspected activities, rehearsals continued night after night. What do you want with me? Who are you?
In life, I was your partner, Jacob Marley.
Humbug. Humbug, I tell you. Oh, mercy, mercy, dreadful apparition. Why do you trouble me?
I wear the chain I forged in life. I made 'em link by link and yard by yard. Don't tell me, I know it. I'm here tonight to warn you that you have yet a chance and hope of escaping my fate. You will be haunted by 3 spirits.
No.
Look to see me no more. And look, for your own sake, you remember what has passed between us. Oh!
It wasn't likely that Silas's chain got hooked on that nail all by itself, but we couldn't prove that either. If Avery wasn't responsible for all the strange accidents that kept occurring right up to the night of dress rehearsal, well, then there were a lot more ghosts at work than those that appeared to Scrooge.
I am the ghost of Christmas. God darn flower got in my nose. I am the ghost of Christmas past.
Long past?
No, you're past. I'm here to take you back to the place where you were born.
No. Why do you delight to torture me like this? Sometimes Avery let us get through an entire scene without one of his pranks. And we finally made it through dress rehearsal. But oddly enough, the one thing that did happen wasn't of Avery's making. But it couldn't have been more destructive to Beth's play had he designed it himself. Merry Christmas, everybody!
David, are you all right? He got hurt. David!
Looks like he's got a broken arm. Better get him over to Doc Hodges.
Come on, David, boy. Well, looks like Tiny Tim's going to get carried down the street by Bob Cratchit for real, doesn't it, huh?
That poor boy, what a terrible thing to happen.
Yeah, what a shame.
Well, Miss Purcell, looks like if you're going to do that play tomorrow night, you're going to be stuck with me, doesn't it? Thank you, Father, for carrying me home on your back. I'm sorry that I cannot walk as fast as you with my crutch. Do you know what I was thinking while we sat in church today? I was hoping the people would notice me, and seeing that I am a cripple, it would be pleasant for them to remember upon Christmas Day the one who made lame beggars walk and blind men see. Merry Christmas, Father, Merry Christmas, Mother, and God bless us all.
That was just wonderful, Avery. You knew every line perfectly.
You certainly surprised me, Avery. I had no idea you had taken the trouble to learn the part of Tiny Tim so well.
We're all proud of you. Every one of us, aren't we?
And I'm the proudest of all, and grateful, too.
You saved the show for us, Avery. Without you to go on for David tomorrow night, we simply couldn't put it on.
Really?
Of course. There isn't time for someone else to learn all those speeches.
Gee, that's too bad, Miss Purcell. About not being able to get someone else, I mean. Because I'm afraid I can't make it.
What did you say?
I said I can't do the play tomorrow night.
Avery, of course you can. You will.
Oh, Avery, you wouldn't do this to me. You wouldn't.
Yep.
Why, you little...
Don't hit him, Matt.
No, Beth, I wasn't going to hit him. Not that I wouldn't like to.
And I thought you changed.
Now, Ma, don't go getting yourself all worked up over nothing.
Nothing?
Well, there is a way out. I'll do the play tomorrow night if Pa's here to watch me.
Your Pa's in jail. That's where he belongs, and that's where he's gonna stay.
Mr. Rockford and Mr. Temple could get him out, I bet.
You wouldn't stop at anything, would you, Avery? Not even blackmail.
My Pa's in jail, and I'll do anything to get him out.
Matt, you could do it.
Let him force me into such a thing? Not on your life.
Oh, Matt, you know how much this play means to me, how much it means to everyone.
Beth, you can use any tactics you want, but I'm not going to Elk River. And that's definite.
Only 8 more miles, Matt.
Yeah, we'll make that by morning.
Well, I'm sorry about Miss Purcell and her play, but that ain't a good enough reason for me to let Prue Wickham out of jail. He's been sentenced to jail for 6 months, and I ain't got no right to change that.
But we guarantee you he'll be right back here day after tomorrow. After all, Matt is the mayor, and I'm deputy sheriff. You can sure trust us.
Oh, I can trust you all right, but I can't trust Wickham. He's pretty crafty.
Marshal Hennessy, you know, this is much more important than Beth Purcell's play. The whole town is celebrating tomorrow. It's Founder's Day, and there are going to be an awful lot of disappointed people if that play doesn't go on. And it can't go on if you don't let us take Wickham back with us. His son refuses to play his part if his father isn't there. So you see, the whole thing is up to you.
Oh, I'd sure hate to have the whole town of Cimarron City mad at me, just because I was the man standing in the way of their big celebration.
Now, wait a minute. You ain't got no right to put me in a position like that.
Sorry, but that's the way it is. You know, it wouldn't surprise me none if Cimarron City broke off all relations with Elk River immediately.
It might be the start of a big feud.
Well, I shouldn't let Wickham out of my sight. And I ain't going to.
Well, is that your final decision?
Yep. That's why I'm going with you.
Hey, Mr. Rockford, what do you think of that kid of mine? He's got the mayor, the marshal, and the deputy sheriff are doing exactly what he tells them to, and he ain't even 9 yet.
Well, Lane and I'd better get on home and get some sleep so we can perform in that play tonight.
You can keep an eye on him by yourself, can't you?
I'll stick closer to him than a calf to a cow. Don't worry.
By the way, Prue, don't try to take advantage of this situation to get away. Your life won't be worth a nickel.
Mr. Rockford, you got me all wrong. I appreciate what you're doing for me. I wouldn't break my word to you.
Just see that you're at that play tonight.
Reckon we can go over to my place now?
You go ahead and lead the way, and I'll be right behind you. And don't forget, I've got a gun.
Yes, sir.
What are you doing in there, Wickham, that's taking so long?
Just cleaning up a bit. I ain't been out of these clothes in 2 weeks.
I told you two to keep your voices down. Avery's still asleep. He needs his rest for the play tonight. It's hard work. It takes a lot out of a boy. Prue Wickham, just what do you think you're doing?
Packing my belongings, Ida. This might be my last chance to make my escape.
Now, you go in that living room, keep that marshal busy. Make him some coffee, fix him breakfast, talk to him. Anything so I can get out the window, get on that horse and ride out of here. Well, you ain't never struck me before.
I should have. Now you listen and hear me good, Prue Wickham. You're not going to run away tonight. You're going to that play and you're going to see your son perform and you're going to like it. Furthermore, you're going to use your influence on him to see that he does as good a job as he can without any of his usual tomfoolery. And if you don't agree to what I'm saying right now, I'm going out and tell that marshal sitting out there to get you and take you back to Elk River and never turn you loose again. Now, you going to do what I say or not?
Why, sure, honey. Well, when you ask me to do something in a nice way like that, how can I refuse you?
Wickham!
Still here, Marshal.
Beth, have you seen my copy of the play?
Good evening. No, I haven't, Alice. Good evening. But you better find it. Good evening. You'll never be able to prompt the actors backstage without it. Good evening. I'm a little worried about Jesse Williams. He hasn't said his speeches right yet.
Maybe I left it backstage.
Good evening.
Copy of the play?
Yes, ma'am. I was just bringing it to you.
Oh, thank you. Avery, David's in the audience tonight. Of course, he's disappointed that his broken arm kept him out of the play, but he wanted me to wish you the best of luck.
Thank you, ma'am. Good luck to you, too. Pa!
I reckon I was still asleep when you left the house, Avery, but I wanted to see you before this here play.
It's sure nice of you to come, Pa.
Why, sure, boy. Ain't nothing would have kept me away.
Go on, tell him.
Now, don't rush me. I'm going to. Son, I want you to do a good job out there tonight. Just as good a job as you know how.
Really, Pa?
Really. And that means I don't want you to pull no dirty tricks on any of the other actors.
Not even one?
Well... No, I want you to make me real proud of you.
Sure, Pa. If you want me to. I'll even win that prize Miss Purcell's giving away if you say so.
Yeah, you do that, boy. That's just what I want you to do.
Okay, Pa.
Right behind you, Wickham. I'm always right behind you.
You'll never know what your kindness means to me, Mr. Hennessy.
You know, Mrs. Wickham, I ain't never seen no real stage acting in my whole life before. I think I'm going to enjoy this. Wickham, where'd he go?
I don't know.
Wickham, where the devil have you been?
You mean to tell me I can't even go?
You can't go no place without my say-so. Now get back in that seat. Come on.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you all had a wonderful time at the Founders' Day pageant and parade. But no matter how tired you are, we will not tolerate any of you falling asleep during the performance. The snoring might keep the actors awake. Now, here's our play, A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens.
Ho, ho, ho! Get up, man, and know me better.
You are the second spirit Marley promised me, aren't you?
Ho, ho, ho! I am the ghost of Christmas present. Look upon me. You have never seen the likes of me before.
never, never.
Come with me.
Conduct me where you will, Spirit. If you have aught to teach me, let me profit by it.
Touch my robe. Rise up. Climb up on my back. And we will fly away. And we will fly away.
It's the bell. It's the bell. Help.
The second act will begin in just a moment, as soon as we get our set fixed.
Well, who are you? I said, who are you? Well, who are you?
I forget.
I'm the ghost of Christmas to come.
Oh, yeah. I'm the ghost of Christmas is to come.
You have come to show me the future?
Yeah, I guess.
What message do you bring of Christmas to come?
Every numbskull who goes around with Merry Christmas on his lips should be boiled with his own pudding.
Every numbskull who goes around with Merry Christmas on his own lips should be boiling his own pudding. That ain't right.
Where are we going? Where are you going to take me?
I'm sorry that I cannot walk as fast as you with my crutch. Oh, no!
I'm sorry that I cannot walk as fast as you with my crutch. Oh, no.
I don't care how we get there. I don't care how we get there, so long as you take me to my poor bookkeeper, Bob Cratchit, so I can see what future holds for him and his family.
What's that?
I'll skip on down, Jesse. Tell me no more. Show me no more, for I have learned my lesson. I feel a surge of happiness in my soul. I'm as light as a feather. I'm as happy as an angel and merry as a schoolboy. Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy New Year.
Welcome home, Bob and Tiny Tim. Hurry now, for it's time for Christmas dinner. We don't have very much food, but we'll make it do and have a happy Christmas after all.
Thank you, Father, for carrying me home on your back. I'm sorry that I cannot walk as fast as you with my crutch. Do you know what I was thinking while we were in church today? I was hoping that people would notice me, and seeing that I'm a cripple, it would be pleasant for them to remember, upon Christmas Day, the one who made lame beggars walk and blind men see. Merry Christmas, Father. Merry Christmas, Mother. And God bless us, every one.
Hey, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Bob. Merry Christmas, Mrs. Cratchit. And you too, Tiny Tim. Merry Christmas. I brought you a turkey for Christmas dinner. Biggest turkey I could find in the whole town. I only ask that you let me stay and share it with you.
Stole a horse and had him round back before we got started. Reckon he's gonna try to make a getaway?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Thanks for the tip, Tiny. We'll be watching for him.
Now, wait a minute. Where do you think you're going?
Backstage to see my boy, if it's all right.
You sit right where you are. There'll be plenty of time for that while the party's going on after the play.
After much deliberation, the judges have decided for the best all-around performance, the prize should go to Avery Wickham. Come on out, Avery.
Congratulations, Avery. It was a fine performance.
Take over, Matt.
Sure. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's about it. There are refreshments back here, and everybody's invited to stay for the party.
I did it all, Miss Purcell. Everything that happened was my fault. The pin and the ruler, the paint bucket Mr. Rockford got his foot in. I hooked Mr. Perry's chain over the nail so he'd pull the flat over.
I know, Avery, but it's all over now.
I was even glad when David fell off the stage and broke his arm. I'm sorry, Miss Purcell. Mother said I was supposed to tell you congratulations. I'm sorry you broke your arm, David. You were the one that was supposed to play Tiny Tim in the first place, so you should get the prize. What's the matter? Don't you want it? I want you to have one. Gee, thanks a lot, Avery. You could come over to my house and play with him anytime you want to.
I'm proud of you, Avery.
Oh, now, if that isn't just about the nicest thing I ever saw a little boy do. And Avery, when you come over to see David and play with the puppy, I think it'd be very nice if you'd bring your mother with you and we could have a nice long chat.
Marshal, can I talk to you a minute?
Not right now. Wickham slipped out again. I got to find him.
That's what I want to talk to you about. Come on, come on.
Wait a minute. What's this all about?
Where's Wickham?
Right over there.
He's getting away. We've got to stop him.
No, he isn't. He's going to. I see him steal that horse and put it around behind the town hall building so he could make his getaway while we was at the party.
Looks like he's having a change of mind. He's tying that horse up again.
Well, I never would have believed it.
That's why we wanted you to see it, Marshal. I think it would be a big mistake to take that man back to jail now.
Oh, I can't turn him loose. Why, he's been tried and convicted for chicken stealing and sentenced to jail for 6 months.
Why don't you talk to the judge who sentenced him? Have him commute the sentence.
Well, how can I do that? I'm the judge of Elk River, too, you know.
Judge, what would you say the chickens he stole were worth?
Well, Tom Shaw said $24.
$24, huh? 10, 22, 4. There you are.
Well, I guess old Tom will be satisfied with that.
Sure.
Sure is a warm night for Christmas, ain't it, Tiny?
Sure is, little feller. Sure is.